It's like, yeah, we live. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're the brothers from the Great Millstone Atlanta Church coming back at you with another lesson. But first and foremost, we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who will, and peace, love, and salutations to you, Akim, that's pushing this truth and true sincerity. And we're the brothers from the GMS Atlanta Church. And we wouldn't get into the coming destruction of Babylon the Great, Babal, which means confusion, because, land back into what the Apostle Kabar says, he says that every day that he wakes up, he thinks about the destruction of Babylon the Great. And we fall in that same stead. Every day we think about the destruction of this place. We think about the missiles hitting this place. Well, most of our people are still thinking about partying up, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. So, we're going to go into the current destruction of this place because these prophecies, they're not tearing. We're right at the forefront of destruction. So, any brothers want to open up, we'll just get to it.
God, this is Revelation 18, starting from the top. It reads, "And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird."
Yeah, because if you go to Isaiah 13th chapter, Isaiah 34th chapter, it talks about basically creatures who are going to survive the so-called nuclear destruction. If you go to certain websites, you can figure out certain creatures that survive nuclear destruction. And Esau, the so-called white man, is so proud that he mentioned humans. And on the website, you got some red devil talking about like he's going to survive it. Right. That's why Esau is doing all these post-apocalyptic movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like what, Book of Eli?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like he's going to survive. No,
yeah,
nigga. The road. No, nigga. You're not going to survive. The ones of you that do survive, pursuing the Amos 9 and 2, we're going to dig you from out, dig you from hell.
Yep.
Dig you from the holes, man. That's why a lot of brothers been doing lessons on these bunkers. All right. But hey, these regular Joe Blow devils that drive F-154s, you ain't gonna make it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So Isaiah 13 and Isaiah 34 are going to these desert creatures that are gonna make it. Okay? This place is almost out of here, man.
Can I get a quick reset? This is 1 Thessalonians, because nobody's gonna make it out except for the elect. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, and I'll get to the point in verse 3. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." So like the brother was saying, nobody's going to escape, man. No, there will be no survivors except for the 144,000 and the 1/3 of men, women, and children that are of the elect. All right, those are the only ones who are going to make it out of that destruction. That's right. Yeah, you got it.
God, water for that precept, brother.
Come.
Now this is continuing on in Revelation 18, starting at verse 3.
So real quick, I just wanted to make mention that Babylon is crumbling because it's that feat of miry clay mentioned of in Daniel 2nd chapter. Just wanted to put that out there. Miry clay with clay and iron. What is it? Iron and clay.
Iron and clay.
Yeah,
so that's an unstable foundation.
Yeah.
And this is what the chapter is going. This is what the brother's reading right now. How Babylon is going to fall due to its instability with the other nations around the world.
Yeah, because you see Brexit, now you got Frexit on the chopping block. All these European nations, they're slowly getting away from Babylon the Great, man. They don't want nothing to do with America, So you can go to Revelation 18:3.
God. Continuing on in Revelation 18:3, he reads, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." Okay, meaning that all these other nations has took hold of this place doctrines or philosophies, so to speak. Okay, and it's clear as day they did. Okay, you have a McDonald's all the way over there in the Philippines and China and that place. You got everybody wearing suits and ties. They're just taking the custom of our enemy, our head enemy, which is Esau Edom. Okay,
I got precept.
God.
Jeremiah 51:6, starting verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her recompense. So a lot of people thinking God bless America. It's really goddamn America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? God is condemning this place, and this place is ripe for destruction, like it mentions in I think it's like Revelation 16.
Mm-hmm.
But verse 7 it says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. They made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, which is of philosophies.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the nations are mad. These other nations, these Eastern nations, now they believe in the LGBTQ. Like the brother said, you get McDonald's, Starbucks, the whole, like I said before on camera, we're talking about a couple of Jakes, my job that's from South America, and they're totally into America now. They love the fast food. They love the high-paced society, the getting away from the morals.
Yeah, the quote-unquote free liberty, just to do wickedness. That's really what America's all about.
Yeah.
You got fucking Sin City, Las Vegas, people can just go there and freak off. You got Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Atlanta.
This place, man.
Atlanta's a recipe for wickedness. But now the nations are mad. These other countries start to figure out, hey, this bitch burned us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got to put an end to this bitch. But that's the Lord's will to get rid of this place. So we go back to Revelation 18. Right.
God. Start from the top again. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
So that's not the Vatican City, man.
Right.
Okay, as the spirit has been on men, starting with Apostle Hart. Hey, Babylon is not the Vatican City, man. Nobody's going to the Vatican City with the dreams of getting rich, man. That's just common sense. Nobody's going to the Vatican City and said, I need to get the bag. Everybody's coming here to Babylon the Great to try to get the bag because this is an illusion of freedom. Even though the money is faltering and it's declining, people are still coming here, namely our people. Like you've got these got this caravan now that's coming from South America and Central America, and they coming up here. These so-called Latinos, they coming up here with that American dream. They're not going to Italy to the Vatican City. They're like, we need to find the Vatican City dream. No, it's the American dream.
Right.
So it goes to show you that Babylon the Great is America, man.
Right. Yeah. If I mention real quick, it mentions right at the beginning of that, it says all nations.
Mm-hmm.
All nations, And so to make mention, this is not speaking of ancient Babylon, because ancient Babylon wasn't that influential. It didn't influence all nations all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
All the nations didn't drink of her wine. That wine also goes into philosophies. The philosophy of I can be a homosexual. I can go commit adultery in Sin City. And not be dealt with. I can,
women over the men.
Yeah,
right,
it's just wickedness.
Right.
Yeah, like you got a video today that I saw, man. The woman was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, if you don't cheat on your man, then he ain't really fall in love with you." Like these are the philosophies that's promoted here in Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? Like all this wickedness. There was something in the group text where a teacher from Florida took her 10th graders to a gay bar. The only Americans promoting that. Now we know the Vatican City is wicked as all hell, but what's more wicked? Babylon the Great. You can be a 12-year-old, you can be a 40-year-old grown-ass man and say, I want to be a 12, I want to go back to being a 10-year-old again. You can worship trees. You can worship the black woman.
Right. You can marry the ocean.
You can marry the ocean. You can marry your dog. You can marry yourself.
Right. Right. And that's why these nations are pissed off, man.
Yeah.
They're finding out that, man, laying in bed with this whore, you're gonna catch diseases and you're just gonna degrade.
Well, look what happened to the Taliban. Taliban so-called took over their government, and then after that, you had this woman that's like, "We need rights." They're like, "Bitch, please."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to go back. You need to go to America with that shit. And then you saw what happened. They had that big ass plane with all them Afghanis. They headed here. You know what I'm saying? That's part of Esau's plan. But at the end of the day, you had people that were so on that Babylon juice. They wanted to get the hell up out of Afghanistan and come to America. They're not going to they didn't go to the Vatican City, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. We'll get back to the scripts. This is verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her." We just read, the brother just read what it said, "Flee." Yes, man. So meaning don't take part of none of this, man. Okay. If you're an Israelite and if you believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, love not the world, man. Don't love this shit, man. Okay.
So that's also going to being beaten up. This is Isaiah 26:20. "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed." That's being beamed up into the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushua when Lord willing, we all see the destruction.
I got to post that.
Go ahead.
This First Thessalonians 4:17. "Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds." You know, so the clouds, that's chariots. We're going to be beamed up into chariots. You know, sometimes it's even hard for me to fathom it, but this is what's coming. You know, this place is gonna steadily ramp up at a logarithmic pace, man, at an exponential pace, to where things are gonna get very spiritual. People are gonna bug out. And the only thing that's going to make sense are these scriptures right here, and what the scriptures are saying right here in this precept, and I'll read it again. Salah. 1 Thessalonians 4:17. "Then we," which meaning the elect, which are alive and remain after the destruction of this place, Babylon, which is America, "shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, the chariots, to meet the Lord in the air, Yahweh Shai, the angels. And so shall we be ever, and so shall we ever be with the Lord."
Kind of. Yeah, that was a hip-hop precept, because it's about to get right into it. It says, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." And what's a part of her plagues? The destruction that's about to take place. All right, those arrows that's about to be shot over here. Okay, so Lord, so the brother was on point. Okay, and the Lord's about to beam up his elect and the 1/3 that believe him. All right.
As a matter of fact, can the brother get Zechariah 14:12?
Come.
Because you gotta go precept upon precept. You gotta identify what the plague is. You know what I'm saying? Because there's many plagues, but we talking about the ultimate plague. We're talking about the ultimate destruction. That's what we're talking about. The ultimate destruction of Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth."
You got that.
Right. And the only thing that can do that is thermonuclear fire. All right. The only type of weaponry that could burn you and incinerate you while you stand upon your feet is the thermonuclear missiles, man. And that happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right, but that was on a small scale, and it still incinerated people while they were on their feet. Right. So imagine what a thermonuclear ICBM. These missiles are hypersonic. So imagine what they can do. Imagine how advanced they are now. Yeah.
Think about how long ago that was. That technology, how old that technology is. Think about the technology now. How long ago was that? 30, 40, 50 years? Yeah. Something like that?
Like over 50.
Over 50 years?
Yeah, a little over 50.
60 years probably. I don't know. But, I mean, come on. Hey, the stuff that they got right now, it's hard for the imagination to even grasp.
Yeah.
And so 200 million missiles
Continuing on, verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have redeemed her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, and the cup which she have filled to her double. Okay.
Can a brother get Galatians 6 and 7? And it's 200 million warheads, as the Apostle Ramon mentioned.
Right.
You know, we just got to put it out there for edification's sake. You know what I'm saying?
I actually got that.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Revelation 9 and verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. Okay. And I heard the number of them. So they were just laying back off what the brother was going into. Those are how many missiles that's going to hit this place. 200 million missiles, man.
Warheads.
Yep.
You said Galatians 2 and what?
Galatians 6 and 7.
Oh, 6 and 7. It's like it. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Yeah, and I mean, Esau Edom, he's been doing stuff behind closed doors that we don't even know about, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talk about the water's polluted and the air's polluted. There's certain stuff that, that he's doing that we don't even know about, man. So he's gonna have to drink of that double cup, like it mentions in he got to drink of the dregs of the cup, like it mentions in Lamentations 4, man. Because we prophesy in part and know in part. We really don't know the depths of this devil, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could be sitting right here, right now, and this devil doing some type of wickedness within this so-called apartment.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Basically him rehearsing the acts when the curtain's closed, so to speak. I know, like prime example, using the internet, it was some individuals who went out there in California. You know how they be doing the rituals and stuff.
Oh yeah, Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, right. Yep, the water. Took the camera and basically it was like through the Lord just exposing these devils, man. This is the type of stuff that goes on behind quote unquote closed doors while everybody's out going to clubs or even chilling at home or going to restaurant, whatever you're doing. They're actually doing this stuff behind closed doors. And the Lord sees all things. He knows about these things, man.
Okay. 2 Ezra 15 and 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Mm-hmm. And we know that this devil, he's always tried to hurt the nation of Israel, okay, by doing these certain acts, man, okay, sending out those evil ass vibrations out there, man, putting certain things on television that a kid shouldn't see. Hell, we shouldn't even see, okay, but it's out there because of their acts. That's why they got to be taken out of power, man.
Right, and that's why we're the number one enemy of the wicked elites, because we're the only ones who are exposing. Well, there's whistleblowers, but like the Bishop Atazwan did in his lesson, we're the trumpet blowers. All right, we're going into all the wickedness that this devil has done, man. And like the brother said, there's stuff behind closed doors that we don't even know about.
Yeah, I got something right quick. This is Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So after, Abba Bivens came on the scene, ever since Abba Bivens came on the scene, you've seen the downfall of America, man. So these elites, they basically shit in their pants because you guys better do something now, man.
Right.
The time is now, man. Like, you get on TikTok and these other internet sites, and this day is going down this day. Nigga, make up your mind, bro.
Right.
But it says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And we know Esau, he's hella double-minded, man. So, like, these guys are scared, man. And it's going to get to a point, they're going to get that Amos 9:2 spirit or that Isaiah 2:19 spirit where they're already going to the bunkers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just scared shit in their pants, man. So, we have nothing to fear but Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Precept. Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Yeah, America's is being exposed for the hoe that she is, man.
Yup.
You know, the only people that want to come here is you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man.
Right.
These other countries, man, they don't want nothing to deal with you. Russians don't want to come here. All right. Moabites don't want to come here. These so-called Chinese people, they don't want to come here. The only people that come here is you Haitians, as we saw last month, and you other northern tribes, man.
They catching crazy hell, though, so they're trying to find any kind of relief.
Yeah, but you should just stay where you at, because America's about to hit with a great nuclear destruction, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, either you coming here for your salvation or you coming here for your destruction. You so-called Latinos, man, you think you coming here to, you know, partake in Wendy's and McDonald's and be a total freak.
Right.
No, you coming here either for salvation or either destruction. So you better get this how you better get it. In Spanish or English, you better get it right, man. All right?
Come on, because we're still in our grace period, man. There's still repentance that must be done before the great coming of our husbandman. Precept, yeah. This is Isaiah 34 and verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury is upon their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Okay. And that's actually about to take place, man. Okay. Where the Lord's about to gather all the nations. If a brother can get that. I think you quoted it, Joel 2.
Yeah, Joel 2.
Yes.
Can
you get that right quick?
This is Joel chapter 2. You want me to start at the top?
Yeah, you can.
Joel 2 and 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Yeah, so it's an actual warning that's been taking place. Okay. So I don't want the apostles and elders, great millstone. Hey, we've been constantly warning you people about what's about to take place, man. Okay. So you can't miss it. All right. You got it, bro.
It says, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
Meaning it's very close. All right. I know when Revelation says the day of the Lord is nearer than what we believe. All right. So we know this is about to take place. The Lord's about to crack this guy any moment now, man. Once that chip, be implemented, certain prophecies, pop out, that's really the last thing that need to be done. Okay. But once that started to be mandatory, man, we just know the Lord's coming back. Okay. You just got to be patient and endure this hellhole, man. Okay.
I got a quick precept. Jeremiah 25 and 15. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink it. So this is, this double cup is not coming just to Babylon the Great, but it's coming to all nations. And they, verse 16, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them.
They're going to be mad. The scriptures also talk about they're going to be bewailing, at Babylon the Great. All right, because they know they ain't up next. They're trying to get in that seat to be up next, but little do they know, where it talks about the strangeness of our salvation. Right. They're going to be like, oh, these are the people, and they're going at that moment they're going to know, hey, they ain't going to never be in power again. They're going to be under the Israelites.
Yeah, that goes into when he brought out in Revelation 11 how great fear fell upon them. Oh yeah, because they know that, like you said, they know that they ain't ruling next.
Yep.
Through the Spirit, they know that
they feel it.
Yeah,
they just know they're going to lose it. Hey man, it is what it is.
Right.
The earth gonna be in a better position, in a better place. Okay, in peace, under the order of Yahweh Shah, man.
Right.
Okay.
You in that Jeremiah?
I was in that Isaiah 34. Hey, can you go back to that Joel again? That's all you have. Okay, Con.
You want me to continue?
Yeah, you can continue, bro.
Verse 2: a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So this destruction that's coming is never going to be another destruction like this.
Yep.
You want to keep on reading?
You can get to the point where it says talks about Yahweh Shaphat. Jehoshaphat.
That's Joel 3.
Yeah, Joel.
Joel 3:1.
Con. Joel chapter 3 and verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
Yeah, that's the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. We're being molded into being one people once again, like in the days of David and Solomon. You know what I'm saying? After Solomon had reigned, the kingdom got split. Now, you know, you got so-called black people that hate Mexicans. You got Mexicans that hate Puerto Ricans. You got Puerto Ricans that hate Dominicans. You got Dominicans that hate Cubans. And we've been known as a proverb and byword. But now through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, we're coming back to being Reubenites, Judites,
coming back together as a whole.
Coming back together as a whole.
Yep.
Ain't gonna be no vexation with brothers. Right. Some brothers here is in the northern tribe, some brothers in the southern tribe, man. So we ain't gonna be vexing each other. Like, this brother tripping, man. You know, this northern kingdom brother tripping. No, it's not like that, man.
Yeah, it's not like
and that's the same spirit we impart into you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans come together. And you see that in the world. Like you had those Haitians that were trying to come up to the border and they got to Mexico and Issachar was kind of like looking after them.
Yeah.
You know, they was like barbecuing for them and shit. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is putting that even on a carnal level, man. So the Lord is going to release us from this captivity and put us back in our land where them rat bastard devils live at.
That's right.
God.
All right. I got it.
You can continue on, the Uncle Sean.
Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
Meaning Yahweh has judged, or Yahweh's judgment. Okay? Because it's gonna be actually actual judgment taking place in that land over there, man. Okay? Meaning he's gonna come back, he's gonna be beaming them, man. Okay? They're gonna see the Lord, and at that moment y'all know that meme, at that moment they knew they effed up. Okay? Yeah. They're gonna see our power come back, and it's a wrap after that.
Yeah, it talks about 2 Ezra 13 where Yahweh Shai is going to be, it's not even a fight. He's going to be he's not even going to flick his wrist. He's going to go against a multitude of men. And like the brother said, these other nations thinking they're coming up next, China, you know, Moab, and these other nations thinking they're coming up next. But they're sadly mistaken because the scriptures say the deceiver and the deceiver are his. So the Lord is deceiving these other nations. Like it says in Job 33, in a dream and a vision, he seals the instructions of men. So he's sealing the instructions of these leaders. They're like, yeah, we're gonna come up, we're gonna overcome Babylon. They're not making as much. They're not making as much money as we are. You don't have the imports, the exports. You know, our currency is stronger. No, this is the end of all this shit, man.
Right.
All right. And the Lord is gonna put the scriptures say the meek shall inherit the earth. You know, that's talking to the Israelites. They know. Hey, you Moabites and you Ishmaelites, you got to be humble. Because the scriptures say the Lord shall rule over them with a rod of iron, man. Mm-hmm. So the Lord is putting you the nations into a trick bag, man.
God. And we see in the movie right before our eyes. Yeah. All right. Yahweh Shem Shai is real.
Might as well go to Joel chapter 3, verses 9. Because that's the time we're in, man.
Skip to 9.
Yeah, 9.
Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
So, hey, these other nations like North Korea, man, just last month, they had tested a missile, intercontinental ballistic missile. Like, nobody knew who the hell North Korea was 15, 20 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who the hell they were. We kept hearing about South Korea, but like the scriptures say, the weak say, I am strong. India and Pakistan even have intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. So these nations are gearing up to take on the bully, which is Babylon the Great, man. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not just Russia. Mm-hmm. I mean, you hear about North Korea, but when you hear about North Korea, you gotta incorporate Russia. You gotta hear about Russia. You hear about these other nations, these other big nations. Just because you hear about North Korea, it don't really mean nothing. they got to be in line with what Russia says, because that's prophecy, man.
Mhm.
You know, the king of the Medes, man.
Yep. And a lot of these countries are allied with one another.
Right.
And they're basically joined together.
They're neighbors, man. They're right there in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, because North Korea and South Korea, just speaking as a man, they gonna gel with each other, because like when North Korea was doing that missile testing, South Korea was like, where the hell is the United States at? So that rhetoric is already out there that that Babal the Great ain't shit. They ain't gonna do nothing, man.
God, they're the same people.
Yeah,
They just got split up. They're on the same landmass. It's just a matter of politics. You know, they're still the same people. The same blood runs through their veins, man.
right.
You know, I got this 34 for you, brother. If you need.
I had a quick precept because all you heard is war. Okay, this is on Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord Yahweh is his name. So our power is a man of war. All right, he with it. Okay, so when he come back, it's like I said earlier, man. It's a wrap. All right, but that's pretty much all I had.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Well, Isaiah 34, because we're speaking on the nations and the Lord's wrath upon the nations. All right. Verse 1: Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. This is a future prophecy.
Yep.
Okay. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Man, the Lord is about to take down everybody, man. He's the King of Kings. He's gonna have many crowns, man. This is our King Yahweh Shai, man. That's about to come back. Okay, he's about to destroy the different governments. All right, everything's about to become made new again, man. And again, under Yahweh Shai.
He's a terrible power. You hear that? I'm gonna read that one more time. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. The mountains goes into governments, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these governments are going to dissolve, man. They're going to melt. Verse 4: And all the host of heaven, hosts his armies, shall be dissolved, and the heaven. So they got this space force.
Yeah, they got the space force. Yep.
Right. All when they go up to the heavens to try to fight these balls in the sky, which are the chariots. They're gonna says right here, and all the host of heaven, all their armies in the skies and the heavens shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled up together as a scroll. All these nuclear, it's just going to be utter chaos. All these missiles, niggas in the heavens trying to fight the angels. Yeah, it's just going to be a big. And if you ain't covered by the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and in those chariots watching all this destruction going down, that's your ass, man. Mm-hmm. And all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Because when the leaf falls from the vine of any tree, that it's dead. The leaf not about to go in the ground and just be, hey, I'm revived again. I grew into another tree. Nah, it's gone.
Right. It's not going to go back up into the tree.
Yeah. Then verse 5 should be the point too.
Verse 5, point, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Yeah, and that's the Greek way of saying Edom, man. Okay. Meaning, man, the Lord has a bone to pick with you, Esau, Edom. Okay. Even though Obadiah said, what, thus I shall bring thee down. Okay, so man, it's about to get ugly.
Yeah. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So the people of the Lord's curse is Edom, Esau. Esau Edom, man. He's cursed. You can see it on. He walks around with a curse on him. It's called leprosy, man. He's a what is it called? A clean leper.
Yeah.
You know, he's void of melanin or pigment, man. How can you walk around the earth? It's got sun all over it, and you can't even go outside without being burnt up, looking like a lobster, man.
I got a precept.
That's crazy.
This is Proverbs 16:4. The Lord have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So, like the brother was saying, hey, the Lord made this devil to show you what wickedness was about, and he's slowly going to be destroyed. He even, like Isaiah, hey, could brother get Isaiah 54:16? Because the Lord, like we keep saying, the Lord put this nigga in a trick bag, man. You know, this nigga's boasting about his military might. Hey, the Lord gave you the spirit to do that, man. The Lord gave Babylon the Great and that rinky-dink spirit, because Russia is light years ahead of you niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord gave you that spirit for you Americans. Hey, look who's in the office right now, man. This nigga spitting on people, farting on people. He probably gotta get his diapers changed. Right. You know, like Monty Burns in The Simpsons, he had to be resuscitated. That's probably Joe Biden right now. He's like, oh yeah, we gotta resuscitate this nigga at 6:30 in the morning so he can get up and do his little press conference at 12:30. This place is through, man.
This man said in front of the whole nation, I'm Joe Biden's husband. In front of the whole nation.
See, that goes to show you.
Stumbling over his words.
It goes to show you that this place is finished.
Like, put him in a retirement home, man.
Probably got 5 pacemakers.
Yeah, you got that. 54.
Yeah, I got your precept. This is Isaiah 54, chapter 54 and verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
And that's not talking about Yahweh Shai, because you got a couple nutcases that said the smith that blew up the coals was Yahweh Shai, man. That goes into the Manhattan Project. Robert J. Oppenheimer, all right, creating these nuclear missiles, okay? You know, Albert Einstein, those type guys. You know, the Teamanites. The Lord using these so-called Germans to develop this nuclear capability. That doesn't go into Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, going up.
Okay. And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
So the Lord put the spirit on Esau Edom to destroy his own goddamn self. Okay, you know, these devils are proud of their nuclear capability, their warfare, but it's only to destroy themselves. So the Lord, like I said, the deceiver and deceiver are his, man. Like Lord, if we paraphrasing that scripture in Job, but this is the Lord's plan. All right, this is a proud man. So the Lord is continuing to put that spirit on him to be proud and to destroy his own goddamn self, man.
Yeah, the scriptures say you could tell a tree by its fruits, man. Look at the fruits of this man. Look at what he pushes forth in the earth, man. It all leads to if you what do you call it? If you amp it up, if you level it up and cast it out to the future, you know it's leading to destruction, man, and death. It's just in this. It's just in this devil's spirit to be that way. Man.
Yeah, because Habakkuk 2 talks about he is as his death, right?
So son of perdition.
Yeah, he's a son of perdition. Yeah, so he's gonna destroy his own self, man. If we'll be here for another 30 years, all this shit this devil says, we're gonna blow up the moon and all sorts of shit. Yeah, it will happen because he's the harbinger of death. But the Lord ain't gonna do that, man. The Lord made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that would not happen.
And the Lord's not a liar.
That's right. That brings any precepts.
I just had one just to back up that the Lord has set up Esau just for his own destruction. This is Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. Now here goes the main point. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. So we see Esau in rulership because Yahweh Shai ordained it like that. Because what? He's about to get taken out of the way, and who's going to step forth? Yahweh Shai and the nation of Israel, man. Okay, that's all I have.
You got something?
Yeah, I got one. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, that dragon is speaking about the so-called white man, all right? The Edomites, all right, which the word Edom means red. So that red dragon is speaking about Esau.
Yeah, it's not literal. In Christianity,
Yeah,
they'll create a whole dialogue, so to speak, saying, it's Satan and some dragons, fighting against the Heavenly Father. No, it's not that, man.
Yeah, Christianity has believing that, Satan actually fought God in the heavens.
Yeah.
And this nigga got kicked out of heaven. No. All right, that's talking about this upcoming World War III with a multitude of men, as we mentioned in 2 Corinthians 13, we fighting Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. Yeah, and a cut to that is Job 1 and 2. How Satan, the sons of the Most High, that's a cut to that. But reading on, verse 8, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. So you devils, you're not going to prevail, meaning you're not going to win. All right, when you try to fight against Yahweh Shai and the angels, what you call the so-called UFOs. All right, try to say it's aliens. All right, you're not going to win against them. All right, like they try to show you on Independence Day. That's not going to happen.
Right.
All right.
You're going to have one dude jumping on top of the chariot and then he break his way in. And
hack into the chariot. Like, come on, man.
You ain't gonna have Will Smith sodomite ass up there trying to punch the angel. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right.
I got.
Well, I'll finish off verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. That old serpent going back to the garden. All right. It says, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So this devil's whole power is just going to be taken away from him in that moment. All right. Right when Yahweh Shai destroys all of his fighter jets, all his ships, all his armies, his power is going to be taken away in that very moment.
That's right.
You got it.
And just to back up the brother, going back to Isaiah 34, this is what's going to happen to you devils, man. Because it's going to be an ultimate sacrifice, man. This whole place is going to be this place, Babylon, is a sacrifice. It reads Isaiah 34:6. The sword of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats. Now those lambs and goats are the people of this place. This place is set up for a sacrifice, all right? With the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra. Basra is the capital of Edom. Modern day Basra is America, okay? And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. All right, so it's speaking of America, Spiritually, America is Sodom, Gomorrah, Idumea, Egypt,
Yeah, because it summed it up when it says in the land of Idumea.
Mm-hmm.
And we already read Isaiah 34, which it says about, the sword being bathed in heaven.
Right.
And it spoke about Idumea, which, again, that's Edom.
Right.
You saw Edom, man. Okay.
I just got one more precept. This is Sirach 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So we just read your destruction, Esau, the so-called white man. We read your destruction, all right? And guess who's coming up next? Jacob, all right? The kingdom is translated from one people to another. The energy is neither created nor destroyed. This is a translation, a changing of the guard, man. Mm-hmm. It's a new age. It's a new time. New government in town. Righteous government.
Right. That's why it says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob
right.
is the beginning of it that follows it.
Yeah, I might as well close on that one.
Yep.
I got it.
And it talks about in Ecclesiastes, that's the time to basically just regular paraphrasing, plant and pluck up. Well, America has been planted. Now it's time for America to be plucked up and to plant a new seed. Because that seed is going to endure forever and ever, man.
It's got to be cleansed though first. Man. The place got to be cleansed with fire, nuclear destruction.
That's right.
I got that. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
You might as well start at verse 5.
Oh, yeah, Slakia.
7.
My bad, Slakia. 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
So, you people that be like, it's going to be the end of the world. Because you hear Jake talking about that bullshit, man. It's the end of the world.
Right.
Where the scriptures talk about the earth abiding forever. So how you going to get through that? It's the end of one age to another.
That's right.
That's what you Christians don't understand. There's 3 different types of the word world. And one of the definitions of the world in the Testament is eon, which means the end of an age. So there's an end of a certain age, the end of Transformers, the end of fast food, the end of top ramen noodles.
Yeah, it says the fashion of this world shall pass away.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because a new fashion, or should I say a new way of living, is going to be brought upon the earth.
Yeah.
Which is through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
The end of debauchery, the end of the woman being over the man, the end of the nigga woman, stuff like that. So we're at the end of an age where all this, as we got to, all this philosophy that's been put out in the world from the Garden of Eden, it's going to be put to an end, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an end of our punishment, man.
Right.
Hey, we recognize that we went off and being punished, but the Lord said He's not going to punish us forever.
Yeah.
He's not going to. That would make Him unrighteous, man. Mm-hmm. We know our power is a righteous power, man. He's a balance, man.
Yeah.
Verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. All right, that goes back to Genesis 25.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's the kingdom being translated.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so the kingdom got to be translated through thermonuclear fire, man. We got to go through, these different events like hyperinflation, the persecution, the famine.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go through these certain things in order to see the thermonuclear destruction, the MOTB. We got to go through all this to see the translation. Lord willing, we be beamed up, like as the scripture we read in Isaiah 26 and 20. So, hey, this destruction is coming, man. In America, it's down there, that last grain of sand. It is just basically coming to that hourglass. We got that time right now. We don't know how much long we got here, but we know that little sand to the hourglass is peeking through the end of it. And the place is finished, man.
Right.
Yep.
So anybody's got any closing precepts or so? Hey, with that, hey, Lord willing, brothers, is edifying. Once again, we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son.
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem V'chakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace, love, and salutations to the Akim that's pushing His truth and true sincerity. Shalom.
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 And a Bible ball.
A Bible ball.
Shalom.
Shalom.